Welcome back to Discardables. There's many types of collectors, and one such that I want to focus on today is one who tries to get every card of their favorite Pokémon. While this might seem like a cheaper way of collecting, depending on which Pokémon we're talking about, even this type of collecting can get expensive. Or, depending on the other Pokémon, extremely expensive. Real quick, I thought we'd give some love to another card game. I found this One Piece playmat on k1dbot.com, though I struggled to find artist credits for it, and I wonder if it might be official merchandise given that there's a version of it with logos on it. But I thought this was a beautiful playmat, I'm a fan of One Piece, and I wanted to share this with you. Now back to our topic. After many years of collecting, there was one Pokemon I realized almost always had my favorite artwork in every set. Dragonair. It's always just so beautiful and majestic every time you see it in any kind of artwork. And it's almost always a common or an uncommon, so it never really lets down and it's cheap to get them all. So I wanted to make this the first Pokemon that I tried this with. As of today, I have one of every Dragonair card ever printed and thought we could go down the list as I rate them in chronological order. We start off strong with the original base set. Got those nostalgic juices flowing yet? Oh yeah. I always loved how this thing's sprite looked in TCG for Game Boy. That whole game has beautiful graphics, by the way, and it was one of the best looking games in the system. Play it in NSO if you never have, and the art looks even better in the Japan-only sequel, but I just really like this artwork, just it underneath an aurora, reflected in the water. I really wish that you could go to a place like this back in the original Red and Blue when I saw this artwork. Definitely a 10 out of 10 for me, one of my favorite cards from the original base set. Next we have Dark Dragonair from Team Rocket, sitting in a crystal cave with some lightning storms behind it. An evil Dragonair wasn't something that I thought of whenever I think of Pokemon that I'd associate with Team Rocket, but I'm glad they went this direction with it. It was something I didn't know I wanted. Erica's Dragonair. So a lot of sets in Gym Heroes use stock artwork, but this one's not one of them. Also, Erica is not who I would have imagined having a Dragonair, but I don't know, just kind of works. Light Dragonair from Neo Destiny. What more can I say? It's just beautiful, majestic. I love the glowing on the little wing. It's beautiful. I like it when it has that little loop in its body. Dragonair is incredibly long. I think it's something like 16 feet long in the Pokedex. Actually, wait, I can... Does it say the... is the height and weight ever printed on these? Oh, yes, it is. Duh. 13 feet 1 inch. It was on the card I was looking at in the first place and I didn't see it. Dragonair from Expedition. This is one that I liked how the reverse holo looked so much that I wanted to get it. It just complements the blue inside of the frame really well. It's one of my favorite reverse holos. I'm not typically a fan of reverse holo cards. They're a lot more money, and I just think they kind of distract from the picture a lot of the time. But no, this is one that I liked a lot. Next up, we have Dragonair from EX Dragon. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of not the biggest fan of this one. I don't know, I feel like the colors just don't really work for me, and I'm not as big of a fan of the style as a lot of the other ones. It just looks kind of plain. Dark Dragonair from Team Rocket returns. Aw, he angy. Just look at him. Dragonair Delta Species from Delta Species. This electric type Dragonair. If you've never looked into the Delta Species cards, there's a lot of lore behind them. This set takes place in the Holland region, a TCG exclusive region, and Pokemon there are all sorts of different types. It's sort of a precursor to regional variants, and I thought that it was a super neat idea back when it debuted. It's always so funny whenever people who don't know the TCG are like, wait a minute, why is that Pidgey fire type? And then you have to explain it to them. They're like, oh, that's neat. There's a lot of locations, but then maybe I'll do a video on that sometime. We have another Delta Dragonair, this time from Dragon Frontiers. Fitting. I like the green aura around it. It's, I don't know, it just looks cute with its mouth open like that. Oh, wow. Okay, we got a Gen 4 one here. This one's Legends Awakened, I'm pretty sure. Just cherry blossoms falling onto the water that it's sitting in. Oh gosh, it looks like some kind of traditional Japanese art or something like that. They love doing that style around this time. A lot of Heart Gold Soul Silver sets did that too. Speaking of which, Triumphant! We have a CG Dragonair just sitting underneath the water with the sun behind it. The water lines being able to, casting down in his body. It's so beautiful. Holo Dragonair from Dragon Vault. Dragon Vault was a little mini set of 21 cards, including the secret rare. I'm glad Dragonair got in on the action, being a dragon and all. This pile is getting a little bit topple likely, so let's move that away. Oh, this is another one from Dragon Vault. There were two in the same set. The rainbow background, I think, makes this the better of the two. Dragonair from Plasma Freeze. The lighting on it is gorgeous, just how shiny it looks. Oh, I love that. Dragonair from Roaring Skies. It's just swimming fast through the water. You can see the ripples on it, little sparkles of water all around it. This one is Sun and Moon base set. Not a Pokemon I think of when I think of Sun and Moon. It's probably the most realistic looking Dragonair we've ever gotten. The beads on its body reflecting light and just looking 3D. The texture on its skin looking kind of more serpent-like. Later in Gen 7, we got one as a part of Dragon Majesty. Majesty is right. It's just sitting in a little cave, splashing water off of itself. So many pictures of it swimming through water, I guess because you caught it with the fishing rods in the original game. Team Up. This one's a little more plain. I guess they don't all have to be ultra majestic, but I do like it swimming underneath the water. We got one in the very next set, two sets later, Unified Minds. Just looks happy. I'm happy for you, Dragonair. Aww, it's happy. This is also from Unified Minds. They were just really putting a lot of love on Dragonair in this era of the game. Just looking so happy up in the air. Dragonair can fly. It's seen doing that in some artwork, and it does it in the anime as well. This one is Silver Tempest. I think this is a reference to one of the areas in the Sword and Shield DLC. The artwork looks like that to me. Oh, the shutter open around the moon and the stars in the background. Dragonair had to sit still for a long time to get this shot to come together, you know. This is from 151, and since this is 151, I know what the next card is, and I'm excited to show it to you. Yeah, it just looks so peaceful, just so beautiful. I like the colors on the water and the yellow ripples around it reflecting the moon. All right, here it comes. Here we go. Yes! Oh, it's so good. I fell in love with this the first time that I just saw it in a binder in a card shop, and I had to get it. I wasn't lucky enough to pull this from a booster pack, sadly, but swimming through some old ruins, it's underneath this archway bridge. There's a gazebo over here. The clear water and seeing it just poking its head out. Majestic creature. But if you're well versed in the TCG, you've noticed that we've skipped over a few. I didn't already have every single Dragonair card before going into this, so I ordered a few of them, or rather I ordered all of them, what am I saying? And here they are right now. Our first card is a Delta species sitting underneath some water again. It's very common with this. This one is a Delta species from Delta species. And I like this one. I've tried to not look at the artwork too much ahead of time. Of course, I had to see it when ordering it, though, but I tried to avert my eyes just so I could be surprised in this moment. That's one of them. The second one that I didn't have is another Dark Dragonair from Team Rocket. It's always 2-in-1 sets that I don't have. But the misty clouds around it clearing, and again, it's Angie. I like that. All these Dragonairs are 10 out of 10s, man. The last one is pretty special. There is exactly one Dragonair card that was only released in Japan. And I got it here. I had to order this from pretty far away. All right, seeing this in person for the first time. Oh, it's so lovely. Oh, it's sitting on top of a tree. This is a very different direction for the artwork than we've seen in all the other Dragonairs. Just sitting atop a tree, a leaf going by, it's coiled up. They tend to make its attacks use lightning and water energy a lot. My new Dragonair is a promo card from Volume 19 of the Pokemon Card Trainers magazine, released only in Japan. I just love hoarding all the good stuff for themselves. But yeah, I didn't know that this card even existed. I went and looked at a full list of all the cards on Bulbapedia and was surprised to see that there was one Dragonair card that we never got. I have to say, it certainly continues the trend of e-reader cards having gorgeous artwork. But we're not quite done yet. Well, we are done looking at Dragonair, and we are done with new cards, but we're not done with everything that we're doing here. As is tradition, we're gonna open something. I saw this just sitting on a shelf at the store, a little Pokemon lunchbox that has a bunch of card stuff in it, and I was pretty curious, so let's crack this open and see what's inside. It's hard to open. Gosh, I work out every day and I'm having trouble opening this. Maybe I'm having trouble opening it because I work out every day and thus my arms are always sore. It's weird when you think about it, how maybe it's doing more harm than good in some ways. So we have Iron Valiant and Screamtail right here, along with coins of both of them. That's pretty neat. I actually collect the coins. That's another topic for a video I could do. Jeez. There's so much related to Pokemon card collecting that I could never cover it all. That's how we know that we have an ongoing show. We got booster packs here. Set those aside for a moment. We have some stickers of Iron Thorns and Iron Valiant. I hope Iron Thorns has a good card at some point because, man, Iron Thorns, for a new form of Tyranitar, it sure was a letdown in the games. There's more Iron Valiant, more Iron Thorns, some Screamtail, some Fluttermane, some Screamtail, some Fluttermane, some Iron Valiant, some Iron Thorns, some Iron Valiant, some Iron Thorns, this time in a little binder. I don't really have a use for these kind of binders. I guess they're useful if you just want to bring a few cards with you to trade or something, but I'm not really about that. Usually I just bring a big old binder and do it that way. I guess a kid would get really happy to have this, just having a Pokemon-themed lunchbox with their new shiny favorite Pokemon on the front of it. I get so jealous about kids nowadays and the stuff they get to grow up with. All right, so we have... I'll save Iron Valley for last. I'll open a booster pack until we get something exciting. I could really go for a nice alternate art Greninja. It's probably the biggest money card that I haven't pulled at this point, but I think that's going to be the case for most everyone. I need to scan that before, I'll need to scan these QR codes before you see this video. Tangela, Clefairy, Shinx, Poltergeist, Carmine, Swanna, Bellibolt, Teal Mask Ogerpon, Enamorus, Teal Mask Ogerpon. At least I got triple rares. All right, Long Boy. I gotta wonder which Pokemon. Every single generation of Pokemon, they take an old Pokemon and make it really long, and people love it every single time. It's happened with Meowth, it's happened with Diglett, it's happened with Exeggutor, and now it's happened with Raikou. No one is safe, I tell you. They can do it to anyone. Raichu, Victini, Bronzor, Mudbray, Future Booster Energy Capsule. I love that card. I played an Iron Valiant deck at a Momocon tournament and love that. Iron Hands, Heavy Baton, Forretress, Metang, Dunsparce. I got a story about Dunsparce that I'll have to tell another time. Well, I say speaking of a lot of things, but speaking of new forms of Tyranitar that are pretty good, this, I know that the Terra-type Tyranitar in the set was pretty played.
Sir Skit!
Nummel, Grievard, Tynamo, Team Stargrunt, Altaria, Mawile, Toxtricity, Brassius, Darkrai. I'll save the Twilight Masquerade for last. I said that I wanted the Greninja if I could get it. Meltan, Seedot, Deerling, Heavy Baton, Iron Valiant, Sandy Shocks, Ghastly, Mudsdale, Relicanth. Not too exciting thus far. We haven't even gotten an EX rare. My girlfriend and I always fight over the Iron Valiant pack, always wanted to be the one that opens it. Well, she ain't here today. She can't stop me now. I got a Phoebus, an Apom, a Pansage, a Mantike, Professor Sada's Vitality, Tatsugiri, Dondozo, Gimmighoul, Espathra, Volcanion. The other thing about Iron Valiant packs is we always fight over who gets to open it because we both love Iron Valiant so much, but it always contains crap. I don't think I've ever opened an Iron Valiant pack that actually had good stuff in it. Ogerpon, let's see what you got. Phoebus, Vulpix, Eevee, Girafarig, Ambipom, Aggron, Cook, Eevee, Goldeen, Chandelure, Junk. I got 2 commons and a... Fine! I have this too! I bought this as a backup plan in case I didn't get anything good. Cracking this open. All right, I can open a Dragapult pack. That's kind of a... I didn't realize I plopped it down that hard. I thought I was being gentle. Taking real good care of my rare, expensive Japan-only card. Had it for all of 10 seconds, and I'm doing that to it. Tangela, Clefairy, Shinx, Poltergeist, Boomerang Energy, Slurpuff, Perrin, Apom, Skarmory, Sinistcha EX. I don't believe I've ever seen this card before. I don't know if it's good or not, though. I do like this family a lot. I'd like to go till I get at least an ultra rare, you know? Maybe not just stop at an EX rare. We just got a Poltergeist, and we got a Poltergeist right here, so let's do that. Poltergeist, oh sorry, Sinistcha. Poltergeist, Ducklet, Ninetales, Trevenant, Brute Bonnet, Community Center, Iron Bundle, Poltergeist, Poliwrath, Okie dokie, top tier name. The blood moon rises once again. Please be careful, Link. Vroom, 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 Wattrel, Volbeat, Goldeen, Milotic, Ariados, Kyron, Ambipom, Abra, Fezandipity, another top tier name. The 3 Asscopters, I don't know, I forget what their name is, but they're Asscopters, trust me. Those 3 Pokemon, they have amazing names. Monkey Dory is incredible too. Some of the best named Pokemon. Emolga, Frogadier, Illumise, Applin, Probopass, Loveball, Scolipede, Wattrel, Snorunt, Sinistcha. All right. No, let's open the Dragapult. I like Dragapult. Happy to see Dragapult on the front artwork for another set. Sandygast, Dreepy, Phoebus, Girafarig, Cramorant, Tatsugiri, Farigarath, Pinsir, Nosepass, Enamorous. Am I ever gonna get something exciting? Complain and you shall receive. Let's do it. This is it. Nosepass, Seaking, I see something. Sunkern, Abra, Bellybolt, Accompanying Flute, Boomerang Energy, Farfetch, Chimecho, Tealmask, Ogerpon EX. It's another EX rare. I kind of hope that Ogerpon's good. I haven't looked into the TCG and like recent TCG expansions enough to really know if Ogerpon is played or not. But I'd like to think it is. It has a mechanic where you can swap out its mask mid-battle to just change its type and everything. So they adapted that into the game. Lampent. Oh, that's gorgeous. I've been missing this Lampent for so long. I've pulled plenty of Chandelures and Litwicks, but I just never got this. It's always so funny when a common card evades your grasp for so long. There's something. Diplin, Jamming Tower, Volbeat, Flabebe. Well, it is the Greninja, but it's not the Greninja. You know what I mean. 3 EX rares, come on, just something. Vulpix, Eevee, Girafarig, Froakie, Hassel in the castle. Lucian, Halucha, Tinglu. God, am I gonna need a backup plan for this box at this rate? We're already like a third of the way through it and I've gotten nothing. Well, I shouldn't say I got nothing, but you know. Trevenant, Emolga, Frogadier, Illumise, Glaceon, Sandslash, Iron Bundle, Whirlipede, Poliwhirl, Fezandipity. Phantom, Slugma. I'm not gonna say it. Tadbulb, Applin, Bug Catching Set, Aggron, Clefable, Lana's Aid, Ninetales. Okie dokie. The cards are okie dokie at best. Pulled 2 Fezandipities and 2 Okie dokies. I could go for a Monkey Dory now. Applin, Nosepass, Seaking, Sunkern, Lucian, Darmanitan, Carmine, Grookey, Kadabra, and Sinistcha. I feel like there aren't as many cards that can fill the rare spot now in packs, where now that they've made holo rares the base rarity, I feel like I just get like the same 4 holo rares all the time, and there's just less variety now that there isn't really a tier for it. Oop, I saw what the rare was. I didn't mean to do that. Swirlig, there we go. All right, top tier. So I don't know that I have like the full art Perrin, but they go together where you can see her legs here, and then the other one has her looking down from a low camera angle. So you're seeing this from Perrin's point of view, and the Perrin card is from Growlithe's point of view. Sadly, I don't. You'll have to just settle for a digital effect on the screen. If I have a card, I'll show it to you, but I don't in this case. Well, we made it. We got something cool. I'm happy with this. That's all for this edition of Discardables. See you next time.